First off, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakar Kodash, double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS that teach us this word, and Shalom unto the hopeful elect upon the four corners of this earth that's trying to make it out of here. So the lesson that I want to bring out is about taking your L and understanding when you're wrong and how to better yourself because of it. And a prime example of when someone simply didn't take their L is with Cain and Abel. Cain and Abel had to bring a sacrifice to the Lord Yahweh, and Abel's sacrifice it pleased the Most High, but Cain's didn't, and so the Most High made that apparent, and Cain couldn't take his L. He couldn't understand what he did. He knew what he did wrong, but he didn't want to take what he did wrong and better himself because of it, knowing that he could bring a better sacrifice next time. It could have been handled way more simpler if he just took his wrong. And you can't feel played because you did something wrong. You're in the wrong about a situation. You got to take that, and it's not easy. But Cain didn't take his wrongdoing. He didn't take his L. And so what did he do? He killed his brother, and he got one of the worst punishments ever. He got hit with that curse of leprosy. You gotta take your L. If you're bickering with the brother, and by the end you're in the wrong, you gotta really analyze what happened. You gotta analyze what you did, why you're in the wrong, what you can do to not be in the wrong in the future. And then you should confess that you're in the wrong to that brother and apologize. Here I'm going to bring out Proverbs chapter 28, verse 13. It says, "He that covereth his sins shall not prosper." So if you going off, if you doing something, or if you doing something that's blatantly wrong, but you don't want to accept that, and you cover that and push that away, you ain't gonna prosper. It says, "But whoso confesseth and forsaketh them shall have mercy." So if a brother is saying that you doing something that's off, whether it be minor or major, if you doing something that's off, you gotta really sit down with yourself and see what you're doing wrong, and confess that with yourself. You gotta understand what you're doing and try to be better, because brothers ain't trying to see your downfall. They're just trying to help you become better. But if you're doing something that's off, if you're doing something that's iffy, if you have to take a L, you gotta take a L. That's just how it is. With Pharaoh in the in Egypt, when he wasn't letting our people go, he got hit with them plagues, and he wouldn't take his L. And so once his firstborn got put to death, all the firstborns got put to death, he finally took his L then. But when that first plague came and all them plagues started coming, he just got more and more prideful. He wasn't taking his L, and it ended up getting worse and worse for him. Here I get Proverbs chapter 16, verse 18. It says, "Pride goeth before destruction, and an haughty spirit before a fall." So that's what happened with Pharaoh. He wouldn't take his L. He was in the wrong in that situation, and he wouldn't accept it. And so he got all them plagues, and the plagues kept hitting him, and in the end he was left with nothing. And then when the slaves got let go, when our people got let go, he still couldn't take his L. He tried to go get them back. That's a prideful spirit. You can't have that spirit on you. If you're in the wrong, you got to accept that so that you don't do that in the future no more. You got to take your wrongdoing. But if it's coming from one brother to another, if you talk with a brother, if a brother's doing something and they're off, you should try to better them. It shouldn't be a thing where you're trying to just prove that they're wrong for a negative reason. It should always be building amongst Akim. Here, let me get James chapter 5 verse 16. It says, confess your faults one to another. So if you down bad in a situation, and you know you are, and you know you could have handled it better, you got to confess that to another. You got to confess that to your brother, whoever it is. If you know you're in the wrong, you got to confess that. It says, and pray for another, that ye may be healed. So if that person does confess and they're trying to repent, then pray for them. Pray for them so that they could be healed. It shows, if they come back and apologize and they really try to make themselves better, it shows that they see their wrongdoing and that they're trying to reform themselves. It says, the effectual fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much. So there you have it right there. And if your Akim is, if one of your brethren is going off and you get on them about it and they don't accept that at first, but then they realize what's going on and they come back and they try to better themselves, they try to repent over it, they apologize, then that shows that they're actually trying to fix their wrongdoing. They're trying to take their L. So, because all of that within brethren is always to build them up. It's never to just break them down, and that's all. You should want to see better from Akim. And you also got to take your L when it comes to order, because you could be at a lower position than someone and something might not go your way, but it doesn't matter because you're in that lower position. If you're at the workplace and your boss does something that you don't like, but they aren't completely just messing over you, but they do something that you don't like, you can't just snap on them because you feel played. No, that's your boss and you can get fired. You're at a lower position, so you just gotta eat that for the time being. You gotta take that L. And it doesn't feel nice at all, but that's just how it is. It's for the betterment of you, and a situation could arise that doesn't have to be a situation if you just take your L. A situation could go from 0 to 100 if you just have that prideful spirit and snap back, when you could just understand the situation, calm down, take that L and keep moving. That's just what you got to do sometimes. But if you keep that prideful spirit on you and you try to clap back and you try to win a situation, win an argument, then it just makes things worse most of the time. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. With that being said, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakar Kodash, and Shalom.